How do you now if you are in love? The last answer is the best. You feel absolutely 100% safe and comfortable with them. There is no holding back your crazy, weird, or nasty sides. In contrast to when you are with your F plus or whatever you will call someone you just sleep with, and or your crush. Off one can turn into love and relationship, but I mean the earlier stages. You can feel that kind of safety I mentioned above with other people too, of course, like friends, etc. For me, the feeling drawn to them and sometimes actively deciding to be with the person distinguishes being in love with a partner from loving a friend. It's hard to explain, sorry. I've had one loving relationship in my past, and one nasty, and even the happy one doesn't compare to what I feel for with my partner now. Just a few days ago, I thought how, amazingly, simple things make you happy and comfortable. Just going on a walk with my partner, I feel like that's all I need in my life. My partner never gave me a reason to doubt our relationship to this day, and I feel incredibly lucky being able to say this. I apologize to them a lot. I only do it a lot when it's people I love. Otherwise, I do it a normal amount. The person I like now, I have said sorry like 10 times in one day, just BC, I felt like I was in their way. I'll also just not be able to get them out of my head like a really good song. All my dating life, it was easy come, easy go. Nobody really mattered, and there were even situations, hardships, where I'd be thinking, God, I'm glad so-and-so doesn't know about this. This is stressful. I knew it was love when I couldn't see a future or situation where my guy wasn't part of my life. I wanted their support, and I wanted them with me through it all. I wanted to share all our good times, and even more importantly, I wanted to be with him through all our bad times. No other person would be worth it. Been married 9 years. I still feel that way. He's the only person I want with me when I'm struggling. That's love, baby. It can be seen in so many ways. For my partner, love is simply a friendship with a bit more cuddles and physical. But it can be as platonic as being extremely close without anything physical. When me love is when I see myself living with them and wanting a more pronounced physical love, when I look at them and all I want is having them close to me, and if their smile makes my day. When she is the first thing you think about as soon as you wake up and last thing you think about before going to sleep. When she is around, you feel like everything you need is there, or when you see her eyes and every problem or bad feeling vanishes and her heart suddenly skips a beat. The person I probably loved the most, I didn't just love them, but I also loved the fact that they loved me. They were purely intoxicating, hard to explain. Their attention, their love was like a drug. We're not together, this was like 20 years ago, and we were forced apart by circumstances and geography, and both young. So we never found out how it would have turned out. We're still in touch and good friends. Well, say the object of your affection walks by. First, your heart falls into your stomach and splashes your innards. All the moisture makes you sweat profusely. This condensation shorts the circuits of your brain, and you get all woozy. When your brain burns out altogether, your mouth disengages and you babble like a cretin until she leaves. Falling in love and being in love years later are different, for me at least. Falling in love originally was a rush, but it felt superficial. Being in love 5 years later is a completely different level that feels like complete safety and exhilaration, knowing that neither or us would ever do anything to harm our relationship, knowing that anything I say, do, is embraced with OMG, I fucking love you, instead of you or WTF, making the effort to and being able to truly communicate. Being best friends and continuing to work on our relationship helps us maintain that in love feeling years later, and it's honestly the best. I hope everyone can find this love. She comes to mind every time a sappy song comes on the radio. Whenever I see a funny meme or a cute animal, I send it to her first. Every sunrise reminds me of the warmth of her presence, and the glints cast by the moon are like the sparkles in her eyes. When she's hurting because of a problem that can't be fixed, I know I'd sit with her through it forever, if that's how long it takes for the pain to ease. She makes me laugh so hard I choke on my own breath, and I couldn't know a better way to go. I can exist on my own and enjoy things, but when I'm doing so without her, I often wish she was there. Not because I feel as though we need to be with each other all the time, but because her presence enhances every experience, and because I want her to experience the joy I'm feeling for herself. I'd break every rule for her, but I know she'd never make me. I never feel judged and always feel safe. She is my happy place. Like today. She knows I'm exhausted from not sleeping, been on baby duty for a long while, because she have started a new job and need the rest at night. Today she has a day off and let me rest in the sofa, while she takes care of everything at home. But she keeps talking to me, asking me things, bugging me and won't let me just sleep. And I'm okay with that because as soon as she stopped for a few minutes, I feel alone and sad. Like today. She knows I'm exhausted from not sleeping, been on baby duty for a long while, because she have started a new job and need the rest at night. Today she has a day off and let me rest in the sofa, while she takes care of everything at home. But she keeps talking to me, asking me things, bugging me, and won't let me just sleep. And I'm okay with that, because as soon as she stopped for a few minutes, I feel alone and sad. I remember in high school always being physically attracted to girls. I found things about them that I loved. I often didn't know anything about them, I just knew what they looked like and acted like. And that was enough for me. It wasn't until after college that I found a girl I truly cared for. I wanted her to be happy. I cared what happened to her that day. I wanted to know what she dreamt about, what she was feeling. Everything. I realized there was this new level of give a shit that I had reached, and that sort of thing is a foundation worth building a relationship on. Love doesn't exist. It's simply a biochemical and bioelectrical impulse in the brain. I can insert a probe into your brain and induce those same emotions with electricity. Beginning with that basic understanding is essential. What people call love is simply vasopressin, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin being released in your brain in response to a stimulus. So if you feel large amounts of energy, don't want to sleep, eat, can't keep focused, smiling all the time, feeling great, that's the release of the chemicals the high people call love. Biochemically on fMRI, a brain high on cocaine and a brain high on I love chemicals are identical. It's the excuse to use others to get high, because we're all parasitical drug addicts looking to use others to get high on our own supply. The person the high trigger is focused on is called a novel source. The response to the source will last about 6 months. At that point, it is no longer novel, is a known source. And you won't get the high you got before, which results in two things. You dump the old source and go looking for new, or you attempt to hang on to that source, trying to squeeze what's left out of it, hoping it will be enough. This is why most relationships don't last a year, unless both are willing to settle for whatever high they can get, i.e., sunk cost fallacy. We're taught as children that emotions exist, Santa exists, the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny. Eventually we're told we were lied to about everything but emotions, because emotions and care are the excuses used to justify the use of another for a chemical dump. People aren't willing to acknowledge that, or give it up. Quite sick, really. People will hate on drug addicts while they're addicted to dopamine et al., but they just can't see themselves in a drug addict role and choose to believe the lies taught since childhood rather than respect others and refuse to use them, go through withdrawal, get clean. This will help explain the underpinnings of this reality for you. Good luck. I hope this gets through to your brain now, and you don't need to spend your life learning such an obvious thing as I did. Don't waste decades in fantasy. It's not worth it, unless you're a unethical fuck that doesn't have a problem draining others for a temporary high.